Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. If you guys didn't know, and I've made a video about this, so I'll try to link that below, but Rank 8 aircraft have been announced, and the A-6E TRAM, the TRAM, has been announced as the first Rank 7 premium aircraft in War Thunder's history. While that might not be all too big of a deal, what is a big deal is that this is a $70 USD aircraft. So for a digital plane, this is $70. That's kind of what I want to go over in this video. Now, I've been playing War Thunder for quite some time here, and I've seen some price increases for vehicles. Very few times have I ever seen price decreases. Really, those are only when there are discounts, and those are temporary, and that's been pretty much it. There have been very few times where we've seen those price decreases, and they are typically fleeting. What we see here is the most expensive aircraft in War Thunder's history. It's a strike aircraft, doesn't get any cannons, doesn't really, unless of course you equip them as a secondary ordnance, but this has no primary ordnance. It will have AIM-9Ls, but again, no primary cannons. This is a bit of an issue in my opinion, because you're getting an aircraft that's essentially it almost kind of looks like the Su-25K insofar as what they're kind of turning its capabilities out to be. This is much more CAS oriented, at least in War Thunder, whereas the Su-25 can kind of do it all. So if you're a tank player, the A-6E TRAM might be amazing for you, and I could suspect that a lot of enemies are going to be upset about that, but this could be a really, really powerful aircraft, of course, unless you get shot down by a Tunguska or something of that nature, but that's beside the point. The whole point of this video, again, and I'll just be kind of going over this briefly, I don't want this to be a really long video, is that, again, this is $70 USD. I think Canadian, it's like $100, which is just ridiculous. It's just absurd, and what do you get for that? You get a digital representation of a plane in-game, and I get it. Some planes are $50, some are $60, and, I guess in Gaijin's viewpoint, there is a Rank 8 aircraft, and so it must go up in price because it can research more of the tech tree. But I don't really know if that should be the case. I mean, ultimately, I kind of feel like they're just adding Rank 8. I mean, Rank 7's pretty thin. Let's just say that right now. Rank 7 in War Thunder is a very thin rank as it is. There are not enough Rank 7 aircraft, in my opinion, to justify Rank 8 existing. And I think that a big reason why Rank 8 is coming to War Thunder right now is because they want to roll out a $70 vehicle. If that's the case, that's a shame, genuinely. And the crazy thing is, you're still getting a vehicle. I mean, this could be a 10.7 BR vehicle. That's it. It could be an 11.0 BR vehicle. Its rank doesn't mean that it won't be absolutely whooped by other aircraft or some sort of SPAA. This plane will likely get dominated pretty darn easily by most aircraft in game. Now, if you guys don't know, ranks are not indicative of how good a plane is. It's not indicative of the era that the plane is from in real life. Rather, it's just Gaijin's way of kind of saying, okay, you can research these ranks and you can research those ranks, whatever. So like, for example, a rank 6 vehicle, if you're in the regular tech tree, can research rank 5, 6, and 7 without penalty. But if you research a rank 4 or a rank 8 or like a rank 1, there will be a research penalty, and thus you will have fewer research points going to the vehicle that you want to unlock. And so that's why premiums, if you have a rank 7 premiums can research all the way up to rank 8 without penalty. Whereas all those rank 6 vehicles that you purchased, so for example, like an F5C, that will only be able to research to rank 7. And one of the big problems with this is that now, kind of like what they did with rank 7 was first introduced, they moved a bunch of rank 6 vehicles up to rank 7. And so now what's going to happen is all those vehicles that you purchased, those $60 premium aircraft, or maybe if you purchase them during a discount, maybe $40 or $30, however much of a discount you got, those will not be able to research rank 8 vehicles with full efficiency. You're pretty much going to have to purchase the A-6E TRAM if you want a premium vehicle to research rank 8. Now, of course, you can do it the old-fashioned way, just grind through the tech tree. That's what I'll be doing. But, of course, those rank 6 premiums will no longer matter. And kind of the biggest slap in the face here, at least in my opinion, is that you're not getting anything more with this. So again, just because it's a rank 7 aircraft does not mean that this is going to be a more powerful aircraft. It does not mean that's going to be a heavier or a better BR rather. It just indicates that this is, again, a rank 7. That's it. Probably some of the best examples of this in War Thunder, at least currently, are, believe it or not, in Air AB. And the one that I always bring up is the A2D1. So in ground, or in air RB rather, the A2D1 I believe is a 7.0, maybe a 7.3 BR aircraft, and it deserves to be around that BR. But in air AB, it is a 9.0, I believe, aircraft, but it's a rank 4, so the rank does not change regardless of the BR that it's in. So just because it's a 9.0 BR aircraft in AB does not mean that now it's a rank 5. And so you have this 9.0 BR aircraft that is a higher BR than every other rank 4 aircraft in War Thunder, if I'm not mistaken, but it is also a higher BR than many rank 5 aircraft. And that messes up grinding a ton if you're deciding to grind with air AB, but I digress. My biggest problem again is going to be with the fact that this is a $70 aircraft. You can buy probably quite a few games on Steam sale. You can purchase games via the Humble Bundle, you can purchase DCS, you can purchase many other games, you can donate to a charity if you want, with that $70. There are so many things that $70 can do, and to purchase a single aircraft in-game, you're not getting any more Golden Eagles, you're not getting any more premium time. In my opinion, you should be getting at least 5 days more premium time, probably 15 days more premium time realistically, or 500, maybe 1,000 more Golden Eagles for that extra $10. In my opinion, again, just because it's rank 7 does not mean that this is going to be a magically better vehicle. It's not going to make it more powerful. Ranks are all arbitrary. They have nothing to do with War Thunder outside of research and the RP penalties associated with it. That's all. And unfortunately, again, by the introduction of rank 7 aircraft, we now have this issue in War Thunder where all of your rank 6 aircraft that so many people have been purchasing, and heck, if you get into a match at around 10.0 BR, you'll know what I'm saying when almost every single aircraft is a rank 6 premium. And so you'll get into this thing where now all those vehicles are useless for grinding, for example, the F-16 once that comes out, the F-15 once that comes out, the MiG-29 once that comes out. And especially after they just released, for example, the Su-25K, the A-10A early, relatively recently, those aircraft are now null and void. They'll receive the same exact penalties for researching up to rank 8 as any other aircraft. Now, albeit they will still receive more Silver Lions because Silver Lions are not related to RP, however, they will still receive huge penalties when going up to rank 8, which really, really sucks. And I think that Gaijin should do people a solid here and maybe get rid of the penalties for a lot of these aircraft, at least temporarily, when researching up to rank 8. There's no reason why they can't. So maybe like for the first month that there are rank 8 aircraft, just make it so that, hey, maybe the A-10 can research to rank 8 without penalty, or every rank 6 aircraft that people purchase with the expectation that rank 7 would be the top tier for a very long time, maybe let them just research to rank 8 at least temporarily again for a month, maybe 2 months, or better yet, permanently. Increase the rank cap for RP penalties up to 2 ranks. That would be fantastic. That would make premium vehicles so much more worth it. Gaijin's never going to do it, but that would be awesome. And that would almost kind of help to mitigate the $70 price that people now feel like they might have to pay in order to research higher tier vehicles. And the thing is, with the A-6E TRAM, it's not like this is an especially crazy vehicle that people are going to be like, whoa, this can do everything. It isn't. I mean, they could have introduced any number of vehicles first to show off that $70 price tag. That would have been much better carriers of it. For example, there were things like the F-14A late. They could have done that. They could have done an F-14B early. They could have done any number of things. Like the F-14A late, for example, would have had the advanced engines that the F-14B and the F-14D later carried. Those engines, if I'm not mistaken, had something like 40% more thrust, and they were actually so powerful that when they were taking off from carriers, they didn't even need to use afterburners. So they were much more powerful engines, and because we already have the F-14A early, and that's a rank 7, why not include the F-14A late with those better engines? That's your premium. That would have been much better of that price tag, and many more people would have looked at it and said, oh, okay, cool, I'll get this. But no, they had to go with the A-6E TRAM. There are so many other A-6Es that, actually, there are no other A-6Es even announced for War Thunder. They're not in War Thunder right now, but they went with one of the most advanced modifications of the A-6 in the world, and they decided to make that the first rank 7 premium, so it kind of befuddles me. Not really sure why that's the case, but of course they're doing that, and again, we're not getting any extra benefit from it. We're not seeing anything. We're not seeing any more GE. We're not seeing any more premium time. We're not seeing any more decals. We're not seeing any more camos with these aircraft. And most of the time, the camos nowadays kind of suck. Especially when it comes to the pre-order bonuses, it sucks. So my advice to you guys, and this is something that many other content creators say, and especially now, I think it's more important than ever, just kind of don't buy the pre-order. Wait until you see what the vehicle is all about. If you guys want to spend $70 on a single plane for this game, go ahead. I do not mind. If you guys want to do that, I don't even have a discount code, so I don't benefit from any of these purchases that you guys make. For whatever reason, Gaijin has decided to not give me a discount code, despite the fact that many other YouTube content creators have far fewer subscribers and fewer views per video. Apparently, I don't have enough, so I don't really know what the deal is with that, but that's not me picking a gripe with War Thunder. Many of you guys have asked me about my discount code and my decal. They're not even in the works right now, so I've heard absolutely nothing saying that I'll be getting anything like that in the next few months or any time frame for that, because my application was denied. So that said, just if I were you guys, maybe hold off on it. If you are going to purchase it, use a discount code from a creator that's worthy. I personally really like Ash. He's a great guy. So go ahead, use his discount code. But again, just hold off on that pre-purchase. If I were you guys, it's just not really worth it. I know many people are going to do it anyways, but of all the aircraft, for there to be a Rank 7 introduction premium aircraft, this is probably one of the worst ones to do it. It's just really heavily geared towards CAS, and again, I really wish that they had done any other aircraft, because it would have been much more exciting. Maybe even introduce the A-6E or the A-6A, B, C, whatever variant before you introduce the premium Rank 7 as a $70 aircraft. It just doesn't make much sense, especially with the fact that you don't really get any GE additional with this. You don't get any more premium time than you otherwise would, so it just kind of seems like a pretty bad deal to me. But again, to each their own. I'll be getting this probably myself. I'm not going to lie, because I want it, and because I'm a content creator, it makes financial sense for me. But for you guys, just really think long and hard about this decision, whether or not it's actually worth $70 USD. But either way, thanks again, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about this video, and especially this topic, in the comments below. I want to see your opinions. I love reading your comments because it gives me a ton of insight as to what better opinions are. Like any fully formed and critically thinking adult, I look at other people's opinions and I form my opinion based on other people's opinions if they are good enough. So oftentimes I'll actually adapt your opinions into my own thoughts and kind of move on from there. So, I really actually do read a lot of your opinions, and you'd be surprised how often the comments to my videos actually end up shaping how I think about War Thunder. But either way, thanks again, guys, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.